station. Unfortunately, despite these attempts to spruce up the ride, it became very expensive to maintain, and its old-fashioned model was seen as out of date with the rest of the park. So in 2005, the ride was closed down and later relocated to a Swedish park named Furuvik in 2000. Meanwhile, the ride's dome was left untouched for years.
Also like Minneapolis, it was manufactured by Mafari and featured a compact layout as well. Originally opened as Mini Dragon, this coaster was moved around the park several times during its lifetime. First it operated in Mini Dragon at the park's former Festival Park section, an area now known as the Dark Forest. Afterwards, it was moved to the Thunder Valley section, after another more thrilling after the aforementioned there would operate all the way until 2000. In 2011, all the towers of the ride never reopened, eventually purchased by Shannon Murphy removed these from the park, which of course is not of the defunct dueling B&M inverts at Universal Orlando. Most recently, it was leased out to Barry Island Pleasure Park in Wales, and is currently operating seasonally with other traveling fair attractions. As for the land where Beastie once stood, it was eventually replaced by Octonauts Roller Coaster Adventure in 2015, which gave young thrill seekers another attraction they can enjoy besides the Runaway Mine Train.
Number 4, Four-Man Bob. Opened in 1985, closed in 1990. Originally opening at Trentham Gardens, this Zero coaster was moved to Alton Towers for the 1985 season. As its name implies, this coaster seats only 4 passengers and features bobsled-esque trains. It was a compact, moderate thrill level coaster featuring plenty of drops and bank turns. This ride operated in the park's Tower Street area for a brief 5 years before it was once again relocated in 1990. Despite the fact that it closed in 1990 though, it was left off the park's maps for its final 2 seasons of operation. Many have speculated this was due to park officials wanting to advertise other rides in the area. After its stay at Alton Towers, this coaster was relocated 4 more times. It operated at Pleasure Island Family Theme Park, Flamingo Land and Groveland before it was finally moved to Scotland's Loudon Castle. However, it only ended up operating there for the 2010 season and is currently standing but not operating on the property.
Number 3, Alton Mouse. Opened in 1988, closed in 1991. Yes, at one point, Vekoma actually manufactured a wild mouse. Despite how abundant these kind of coasters are though, this is the only one they've ever built. Originally opening at Austria's Wiener Prater, this coaster operated as Speedy Gonzales from 1985 to 1987. In 1988, it was moved to England where it was given the new name Alton Mouse. Perhaps the most defining feature of this ride is the tilted lift hill, which leans riders slightly to the right on the way up. This unusual method of ascension may seem completely random, but it actually had an interesting purpose when it was first installed. Back at Wiener Prater, the lift hill was surrounded by a rotating tunnel. When combined with the tilted lift, the tunnel gives that spun upside down like a split roast. Unfortunately, the tunnel was removed upon its installation at Alton Towers. Despite its initial popularity, the coaster only operated at the park for 3 years. This was due to noise complaints it received from the nearby Alton Village, which also caused the relocation of another coaster named Alton Beast. After its closure, it was relocated to Pennsylvania's Idlewild, where it is currently operating as the world's only attraction. If you're wondering what a tilted lift hill feels like, go ahead and check this one out.
Number 2, Thunderlooper. Opened in 1990, closed in 1996. Before the magnetic and hydraulic launches of today's launch coasters, Anton Schwarzkopf developed a weight drop system. This system would be used on its earliest shuttle models and one of these coasters formerly operated at Alton Towers. Previously operating at King's Dominion and Maryland's Jolly Roger Amusement Park, this was the first launch coaster to come to Alton Towers. Its simple design included a single vertical loop that guests would travel through both forwards and backwards. However, despite its status as a high-level thrill ride, it was a short-lived attraction, only operating for 6 years at Alton Towers. This coaster's short stay was reportedly due to planning requirements and was so loud that it received several complaints from locals. 2 years after the ride closed at Alton Towers, it was moved to Brazil's Hopi Hari Amusement Park. There, it continues to operate as one of only 2 Schwarzkopf weight drop shuttle loops still standing, the other one still operating being Golden Loop at South Africa's Gold Reef City. So if you're eager to add this rare model to your credit list, you might want to book a ticket to Brazil or South Africa.
Number 1, New Beast. Opened in 1988, closed in 5 years after opening at Jetstar 2, Alton Towers went one step further with a Jetstar 3 named Alton Beast. This coaster was also known as simply the Beast, which of course is not to be confused with the famous wooden coaster at the time. Originally opening in the park's Talbot Street section, this coaster is reportedly marketed as the largest coaster in the United Kingdom. Of course, this is despite other coasters like Grand National being taller and longer. Nevertheless, the ride proved to be extremely popular and was yet another thrilling coaster by Schwarzkopf. Like Alton Mouse, this ride ran unlike Alton Mouse, instead of refurbished that the relocated coaster was a different physical ride. This caused plenty of confusion among enthusiasts. However, welding marks made by maintenance were still visible upon its relocation, proving that it was the same coaster. It would resume operating for 5 years until being relocated to Mexico's Divertido amusement park. Believe it or not, it was renamed Space Mountain in Mexico and featured a tent quite similar to black holes. After its stay in Mexico, it was moved to Colombia's Saltier Magico in 2010, where it was renamed Tornado. Shockingly enough, it too is still operating, which means that every single Schwarzkopf coaster from Alton Towers is still in operation. Long live Schwarzkopf. Before I wrap things up, I'd like to announce the results of the last weekly poll. Last time I asked which of the world's oldest coasters have you ridden. According to this poll, the coasters with the fewest number of rides are Jackrabbit at Seabreeze with only 43, Scenic Railway at Dreamland with 27, and Scenic Railway at Luna Park with 26. So these are definitely the rarest coaster credits on this list. And for this week's weekly poll, I'd like to ask, which park should I do a former coasters video of next? There are so many parks to choose from, and honestly, it gets pretty difficult to decide which video to make next. So feel free to head on down to themeparkcrazy.com and cast your vote. Thanks for watching, everyone, and special thanks to Harry from Coaster Box for making this video possible. A link to his YouTube channel is in the description, and as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. This is Theme Park Crazy, and I'll see you all next time.
Stay in the frame. Willow, just stay in the frame. Wait 1 second.
Last time we covered the many different roller coasters coming to the United States next year. However, it isn't the only country getting a bunch of new rides. Across the Atlantic, several European theme parks are about to receive a plethora of new roller coasters. So what rides are coming to Europe next year? Let's find out. First up in Belgium is Exotic Racer, an all-new family coaster coming to Walibi, Belgium. This will be a Gerstlauer bobsled coaster with a tropical Polynesian theme. For those of you who don't know, Gerstlauer's bobsled model is essentially a souped-up version of the Wild Mouse. The manufacturer describes its sharp turns, banking turns, and exhilarating drops as combining the feel and fun of a Wild Mouse coaster with the added thrill of a freeform coaster. Even if you aren't fond of Wild Mouse coasters, this model certainly does put a new twist on it. It is also one of the 3 coasters the park will be adding in the next few years, eventually leading up to a massive mega coaster in 2021. Over in Denmark, we have Flyvende an all-new coaster coming to the one and only Legoland Billund. This will be a custom Zero Force model themed to a flying eagle, which is what Flyvende translates to in English. This family coaster will feature heavily themed woodland scenery throughout its layout, and a charming Lego eagle train. It looks to be another impressive attraction for all ages, and it's a great way to celebrate the park's 50th anniversary. It's sure to win over Lego enthusiasts just as much as young coaster enthusiasts in the making. Meanwhile, at your Summerland, a new kiddie coaster named Jungle Rally will open to the public, just 1 year after their intimate Inver Travel Club. This coaster will appeal more to the little ones. It'll be a Zero Force Zero model, which you may recognize as Shamu Express from SeaWorld's animation. In addition to this coaster, coaster, the park will also receive a Zamperla Crazy Bus. Families with young children are sure to be delighted at both of the new rides the park has to offer. Heading down to France, we have bobsleigh at Parc de la Vallée, also known as Valley Park in English. This is a relocated Schwarzkopf Jet 400 that formerly operated at another French park called Nibelland, and before that, it operated at the UK's Drayton Manor. Right now, the only other coasters at the park are a Togo Kiddie Shuttle and a Wacky Worm, so a coaster like this is actually going to be a pretty big addition for the park. It's nice to see a smaller park getting a fairly big attraction. Over at Jardin d'Acclimatation, another Gerstlauer bobsled named Le Turbine d'Avion will open to parkgoers. This is part of the small Parisian theme park's reported expansion plan to bring in older parkgoers. While it isn't the most intense coaster model out there, it does look to be worth mega coasters. And it could very well be the kind of coaster that Jardin d'Acclimatation needs. And we have 3 more coasters coming to a brand new theme park named Parc Spirou. This theme park will feature a variety of attractions themed to various characters from the Franco-Belgian comic magazine Spirou. So in many ways, it's like if Toon Lagoon at Universal's Islands of Adventure was its own park. Parc Spirou will feature a total of 3 opening day roller coasters, all of which are manufactured by Zero. First up, we have a Zero Force 2. This model can also be found in Sweden's Liseberg and Denmark's Summerland. This particular coaster will be themed to the Dalton Brothers, a quartet of villains from the Belgian comic series Lucky Luke. Not much else is known about this coaster, so moving on. Without a doubt, the most intense attraction about it.
1,500.
It will be an exact clone of Impulse at Knoebels, but it will be themed to the famous Belgian comic character Superman and other different coasters. It will feature a 90-degree vertical drop and 4 inversions. I actually got to ride it a couple months ago. I found it to be an incredibly smooth and very enjoyable.
Well, that's enough for you.